And so I think that Russia's in a position to win this war militarily and economically. Will suffer some short-term economic hits, but they are not going to implode. And by the end of it, they'll have a stronger. If you're Putin and you wanted to build a stronger domestic manufacturing base to replace certain imports, and you wanted to and not be dependent internationally, if you didn't like how your youth generation celebrated through big tech and Western culture, the Netflix, the TikToks, all the Facebooks, the Instagrams, you didn't like that culture. I mean, he made a speech basically saying that you can have all the faux gras and the French Riviera homes and the partying in Miami and your gender freedoms, which is a reminder he's not so much a big fan of gay rights, obviously, still, but the that you want, but you need to come home now. That he couldn't have done that on his own. He needed the West to do it for him. The West has now created, as you mentioned, the federal banker, the central banker there said, look, now we're going to be able to have to domestically recreate these products, rebuild our domestic manufacturing base, because now it's economically competitive and actually necessary to do so. There'll be some interruptions in the supply chain for a year or two, but once it's up and going, they'll actually be a stronger domestic economy than they were before. Their food and fuel costs are not skyrocketing in domestic inflation, just like they didn't in 2014, 2015, because they make their own food and fuel. And then a third, culturally, he's got a huge achievement. He's hated this Western attachment, Western attention, in the sense of particularly woke culture. And now he's got the West to cut off his population from it. And if he ever wanted to make the point, they really hate us. They really want to destroy us, this elite, this group. That's been proven in spades, as chess players can't play, tennis players can't play, musicians can't do performances, students are being threatened with expulsion at colleges. Russians are seeing it in live time while they get the stories of the refugees from Mariupol, which are even worse than many of them thought it would be. So that's my sort of brief.
I think of everything Robert said, Alexander, and I just think judo.